this side was a shore, and some of the really old houses here were facing this way. You can see that they have their gables built facing the shore. So like those two there with the crow steps are facing the shore. And perhaps that little one there with the light on it looks old. And then further on the Orkney Hotel is really old too, and has a lentil stone with 16 something on it. What is it? 1600 something on the lentil stone there. So some of these buildings would have stood here at this time of the witch trials. Now, earlier today we had a fascinating talk by community archaeologist Dan Lee, and he showed us some pictures from an excavation he and the community and his team had done in Rousey, in an abandoned township there. So in some of these buildings that had been abandoned in the mid-1800s, they had found things that they interpreted as people had done to protect themselves as a kind of lucky charm. And one of the things he found was a hearthstone with a little mark on it which looked like a Z. And Dan thought, well, maybe this is something. Are you talking to your familiar Mark? Yeah, he interpreted this mark as something that somebody would have put on the hearthstone as a little bit of a lucky thing, or to keep the family safe that lived in that house. But he also found a shoe that had been built into the building underneath a nook that contained the box bed. The bed was built into the wall, and under there was a shoe. So that was something people used to do. This is known from elsewhere as well, that building a shoe into a building, either when you're building it for the first time or when you're changing it or adding an extension and so on, is a really lucky thing. So Fran, who wrote this tour, went and spoke to some builders and asked if they do anything that's considered lucky now. And the answer she got was that builders nowadays, apparently, I haven't checked this, when they finish off the roof of a house, they can have a little celebration then with tying flags or streamers or pouring drink over it, or a ceremony called topping out. Yeah.
It's all a really strange mix of these old folklores and sitting with Christianity quite comfortably, isn't it? It's really strange. It's like...
Are there any builders here who can confirm the topping out? Though we'll need to find some.
My friends are roofer and they all do it.
They all do it? And what do they do exactly?
Yeah, absolutely. But they all have to wait till the very last tile is on.
Yeah.
And then they can have a drink.
And then they have a drink. Do they have a drink on the roof? Or?
On the roof.
Ah.
Yeah. They don't come down. That's why it's called topping out.
Ah.
They can't get drunk because of health and safety, but they all have a drink.
Whoa, there we go then.
Still doing it.
Because I asked the same question.
And another,
it still goes on.
Another thing we heard this morning was about witch bottles, and we even had the witch bottle this morning and we tried to fill it. A witch bottle is something that you can use if you want to distract somebody who's wishing you evil. So if somebody else is wishing ill on you, you can put a bit of you in a bottle, such as pee in it, and or put your hair in it or nail clippings, and then that bit of you is in the bottle, and then you bury it somewhere, and then the person who's wishing you ill, or the witch, is attracted to the bottle instead of to you personally. And if you're really lucky, you can even trap her spirit in the bottle. So this morning we tried to make a lucky witch bottle.
We made it with tears.
Yeah. but this is also something that have been found in walls. So about 15 years ago, that'll be about 18 years ago now, in Stromness, in a house there, they found something really, really strange that was built into the wall, and that was a glass ball with bent pins inside it. And you need the bent pins because the pins are made of metal, and metal have power over the supernatural. So if you have like a knife made of metal, for example, that protects you. It protects newborn babies in their cradle. It protects you if you are unlucky enough to be kidnapped by the fairies and you're in the mound, you can get out again. So the metal pins are an anti-supernatural device.
I think if it was iron.
Yeah.
It was meant to be iron.
Iron or
nails
steel.
pressed to the cross with.
Yeah.
So iron's got an extra strong one. I mean, you can use anything, but iron was the preferred,
Yeah.
especially the Christians, because they say that Christ was nailed with iron.
Oh, is that why?
Yeah,
It
yeah.
has to be iron anyway.
It doesn't have to
And
be, but
steel
they
works
say
too,
iron.
but it has
Yeah.
iron in it, yeah. Yes, I found these bent pins in the glass ball and some hair clippings, and something sticky, which was possibly dried pea. And the other object I found in that wall was a little piece of wood that had been carved to the shape of a foot. So it's kind of like, instead of that shoe, that lucky shoe in the wall. So who knows, if we're looking at these old buildings here, they might have that sort of thing built into them. You never know. You'll never know until you knock the building down. Yeah.
So we're going to go on now to Victoria Gardens.